So what is Clear Software? Clear Software is an automation platform that combines a business process management engine that we call ClearWork, which allows you to take all of the data and functionality you need across many systems and combines it into one single and easy to use web page. It's essentially a digital workspace where you come to do your work all day long. But behind the scenes is a very powerful RPA engine called Clear Process, and what this allows us to do is automate within systems but also across systems. So we can consume RPA bots from providers like UiPath, Automation Anywhere, and Blue Prism, but we also have several thousand pre-built integrations into the likes of SAP, PeopleSoft, Salesforce, and Workday. And what this allows us to do is to connect a very complex process through automation, but expose it to an end user through our BPM engine as a very simple and easy to use web page or button within a web page. So to take a look at what ClearWork actually looks like, I'm going to click on this tab, and I've come into the ClearWork digital workspace. So I'm on the customers page right now within the sales module. So I'm in the sales module, I'm on the customers page, and this is typically a page that would be used by sales reps or customer service reps in a call center. And what we have here is essentially everything related to a customer that you would ever need to answer any particular inquiry. So there are about 70 bots behind the scenes here, but to the user it's a completely transparent and streamlined digital experience. So I can quickly answer questions like, I click on the account balance tab here. That invoked a bot to go pull open receivables from both SAP and Oracle E-Business Suite into a very simple and easily consumable view. You can quickly answer the question, customer, you owe me $252,000. This is exactly what Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota used to streamline their call center so that they were able to handle customer calls that used to take 10 minutes and they got it down to less than 2. So pretty significant in terms of time savings. But everything is available at the single click of a button or a tab. So I can pull up a customer's invoicing history from SAP and Oracle with a single click of a tab. I click on the Opportunities tab, and that's going to show me upcoming opportunities sitting out in Salesforce. So the whole idea here is all of these buttons can invoke bots that could be ours, they could be UiPaths, it could be Automation Anywheres. It doesn't really matter where the bots are, and the users don't care, frankly. They just want to be able to quickly click on something and bring up a map on Google Maps of where that customer might reside. So in terms of other business processes, order to cash is another big one that we solve. So when you think about the complexities around processing a customer order, making sure the data is correct, getting that order fulfilled, getting an invoice out to the customer and getting paid, there's a lot of data flowing through possibly multiple systems. But we streamline that into one single easy to use web page. So I'm going to create a customer order here, and I'm going to select my customer and enter a purchase order number. I'm going to select the ship to address. And what's really cool here is I'm going to click Upload File, and what I'm actually going to do is upload from an Excel sheet the items that the customer ordered. This is hugely important if you're handling orders that are complex, that may have dozens or hundreds of line items or maybe even thousands of line items. But the fact that I don't have to key in all that information and I can just click Save dramatically cuts down on the order execution time. So Patterson UTI, which is an oil driller, down in Houston, Texas, they were able to get their order processing time from 40 minutes down to less than 4 using this solution. And because this is a dynamic UI, based on the status of this order, this pack and ship button appears because I've just placed the order and I sent a notification to the warehouse to pack and ship it. So when I click pack and ship, it pulls up all the quantities that need to be shipped, and I can just click Save. Because 99% of the time we find that you're shipping the entire order. So if they want to change the quantities, they can, but most of the time they just want to click one little button, and in the background we invoked an automation that created a delivery for that order and sent it off to the customer. Now, based on the status of the order, I now see this invoice button, and because I'm authorized to invoice customer orders, I click Invoice. Very simple. All I have to do is click that button, and then behind the scenes it's going to invoke some automations in Salesforce and SAP to invoice that customer order and generate an actual PDF copy of that invoice. So that's the order to cash business process, and we really cover everything that large organizations do. So on the procure to pay side, we handle rec to check, so essentially requisition to purchase order to vendor invoice to payable. On the finance side, we cover month-end close, journal entries, balancing GL accounts, integrating with banks, and balancing electronic bank statements, so really anything your finance department would do. And then if you happen to actually make anything, we have our production module that, again, takes a platform agnostic approach, but what we're doing here is allowing you to create production orders, to maintain equipment that may be broken down within a specific plant. So this is where you would come to do what's traditionally called MRP. So behind the scenes, all of this UI activity is orchestrated using our Clear Work Builder, which is a drag and drop editor that allows you to specify what fields appear, what tabs appear, and then behind the scenes, these buttons and tabs and hyperlinks, when you click on them, what bots are they invoking? And in terms of bots, they're really driven by the system that you're integrating with. So this is the tools area within ClearWork, and I have my systems here. We have about, let's call it 22 different systems we're integrating with here. And depending on the type of system, we have different connectors and adapters. So we have native database connectors, we have a standard REST HTTP connector. We can connect directly to SAP and obviously Oracle eBusiness Suite and really any Oracle product. And then obviously you see some of the RPA vendors as well. So we do REST-based connectors to Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, and UiPath. But the whole idea here is this allows you to integrate across systems and create very robust automations. And to give you an idea of what some of these automations look like, we have thousands of pre-delivered automations across SAP, Salesforce, Workday, you name it. And they can be very complex. Here's an automation that is about 23 different steps across multiple systems, but to the end user, they're able to invoke this automation simply by clicking a button. So that's essentially the overview of the Clear platform and how we allow you to have true end-to-end system integration and process automation.